It's your boy Freddy ING checking in Killjoy Radio. You know what I'm saying? XM.
Well, damn, he just took my job inside the beat DJ Turbo. Freddy, man, you live. We out here in Houston, Texas still, but you from California, man. How'd that come about?
Really, shit. I started off in Inglewood, California. That's where I'm from, born and raised. You know what I'm saying? And actually, I ended up moving to Houston probably about like 5-6 years ago. You know what I'm saying? And I came down here, just wanted to visit, visiting a friend, and I just ended up liking the vibe, how everything was, the culture and whatnot, and just was looking for a change, so I ended up moving down here to Houston, Texas.
Now, do you feel like that change kind of enhanced your music? Because you look at California, it's like every other person is making some type of demo or on somebody something or got some dream that they're trying to sell you, but Houston is a little bit different. They work first, and then if they got time after that, they may do some music.
Yeah. I think it did. I definitely, the grind was a little bit more evident, especially being out of state. I feel like I can't go back until I made it, you know what I'm saying? So that just pushed me and motivated me to a whole nother level. And it just elevated my grind as far as the music is concerned.
How long have you been doing music?
Actively, well, I first started in the 6th grade, but I didn't really get active with it until probably like my freshman, sophomore year of college. At Cal State Northridge.
So if you look at from, your sophomore year in college to now, what do you think is some of the drastic things that have changed just in your delivery or just in you as an artist?
I think my sound has changed. I think the lyrical content has gotten a lot better. Song structure and song making as well as production now. I make my own beats, so the sound definitely, like I said, has changed along with lyrical content and song structure. It's a lot better than what it was. Just put it that way. Progress.
What was the best song that at that time you thought it was the best song in the world, but now looking back at it that you've kind of matured in your artistry, what was that song and what was the name of it?
Damn. I mean, if I can go back and think, I had a couple of old favorites that I still jam, but it was one in particular that a lot of people liked that I really didn't like, and it was called Delta 88. It was like a ass shaking type of, you know what I'm saying, like vibe with the music on that one. It didn't really have no content to it. I was just making whatever felt good at the moment, but the people loved it, and I hate it to this day. I hate when people play it.
Do you still know the words to it?
No, I don't.
Look, he took his ass right off the spot, like, no.
I know. I try to forget it as much as possible, but somehow, some way, people always be like, man, you remember that Delta 88 song you did? That shit was fire, bro. And I just be like, man, thinking in my head that it's just trash. You know what I'm saying? Compared to what I make now, it doesn't hold me weight.
Yeah, well, one man's trash is somebody else's treasure at some point.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like cool, that you can kind of recognize where you've grown in the music industry and where you needed to make some changes in order to be more successful in your career. I mean, because it's easy to make an ass shaking song. Everybody, if it's kind of cool, some girl, some guy, hopefully a girl though, is gonna be shaking her ass to it, and then you might get on. Yeah. But that's a fad. How long is that really gonna last?
Right.
Lyrical content, stage presence, and just overall confidence in your music, and realizing that there's points where you need to grow. That's what builds for a career artist. Do you feel like that's what you're trying to do, is to build and be a career artist, or are you still kind of figuring out where you want to go now?
With me, I do want to be a career artist. Like, I'm definitely in it for longevity, not just a short term. I'm not just one to try and come up with a quick catchy hit and then you forget about me the next year or so. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be in there for the long haul. That's why I make the music that I make. That's why I tackle the subjects in the songs that I make.
Now, do you feel like you need to add controversy with your subjects, or how do you what kind of goes on through the mindset when you're thinking about songs?
With me, it's more so really just making it relatable. You know what I'm saying? Like, with me, when I dive into a song, I'm accessing how I'm feeling, but I'm also thinking about what the next person is feeling as well, and if they can relate. And for me, as long as you can relate to it, you know what I'm saying, identify with the most, and I feel like I did my job. You know what I'm saying?
Are there ever times where you feel like you've made this song, you've got great production,
Yeah.
and then you play it for people and you don't get any response? Because that's what I would feel like if I were a music artist.
Yeah.
Like, every time I'm like, man, listen to my song, you bang, because you got to have some confidence.
Yeah.
And then nobody's nodding, people are on their phones and everything and stuff like that. And you're like, damn, you know, motherfucker, get off the phone and listen to me.
Really, I know that, like, the attention span is short. So what I try and do, at least, like, if I'm coming with, like, a dope song, I try and make sure that at least the verse go hard, you know what I'm saying? Actually, the first 10 seconds of the song go hard, you know what I'm saying, so they can catch their attention. So, like I said, for me, like, I done been through that before where, you know what I'm saying, you trying to get somebody to listen to your song and they in a whole nother world. That's because their attention span is short, and people's attention span is so short nowadays that if it's not popping within the first 10 seconds, they gonna go to the next thing, you know what I'm saying, and pay attention to something else.
How do you get past the nerves, though, you know? When you're in the, because singing it when you write it down in the car, you know, or doing it like in front of like your close friends or partners is way different than putting on those headphones, going in the booth and, you know, trying to catch the beat and the rhythm and trying to do it in the way that when you wrote it, you know, on a different day. How do you, you know, find that vibe works for you?
Well, see, I don't go into songs, like some songs I may pre-write, like I'll make sure I pre-write, at least I get past like the first 4 bars. I feel like that's like the toughest thing for me. As long as I get past the first 4 bars and there's something like that I'm really feeling, it's gonna be a great song. So really with that, like I said, just I'll probably like write half of the song or write some of the song and then finish it in the studio. Like, so I won't rehearse it. I'll listen to a beat for a couple of days, write a couple bars, and then when I get in the studio, that's when I get in there and I, you know what I'm saying, really tackle it and go, you know what I'm saying, and lay it down the way I want to. So I don't really, like, rehearse or pre-record or, you know, say it to myself. I don't really do that.
Do you ever find yourself getting, you know, having that vibe and then once the beat comes on, you forget your words?
No, that's never actually happened. Cause like I said, when I do make a song, like I'm there in the moment. Like I'm in the studio in the moment. I don't like try and remember a verse or do that. Like I really lay it down there in the moment. Cause I feel like when you capture it in the moment, it's gonna be like the dopest that, you know what I'm saying, you could ever lay it down. Versus when you write something, it may be dope to you that moment. In a couple of days, it may get old to you, so the feeling may not be the same. So I like to capture the feeling right there in the moment while I'm in the studio.
Hands down, what do you think are the top 3-4 tracks that you've ever created? What are their names, and why do you like those?
I'm gonna have to go with Me Against the World. I feel like that was like one of the most lyrical songs I made. Another song called Sometimes It Be Like That. I feel like that was another like dope. Like some of the bars and wordplay was just crazy on that, and it went over a lot of people's heads. But it's dope. And then I'd have to say my intro to my last album.
Okay. Yeah, some different names, you know, different subjects. Bars. A lot of artists feel like you gotta have bars in order to really be heard, in order to really be it. Other artists feel like I'm mumble rapping, or, you know, I got a dance tune or whatever. You know, what's the Freddy strategy?
For me, it's like I said, whatever feels good for me at the moment. Like as long as I can relate to people and people get it and people identify with it, then I'm good. Like I wouldn't categorize myself into like one lane or like put myself in one box. I can't say that.
That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. You gotta have some versatility.
Right.
Because when you put yourself in one lane, it's like if there's no opportunities for that lane, what else are you gonna do? So it's kind of like,
and you know, box yourself in too. Like, and then like people expect that from you all the time when you do that. So that's why I try to be as versatile as I can.
Do you feel like you lean towards one style versus the other, or is it really that the beat that kind of dictates it? What dictates the tone for you?
The feeling I get from the beat, the feeling I get from like the production. Like I can probably go in there and make a pop song one day and switch it up and make, a lyrical song. So it really just been on the feeling, what I get from, the production.
Now we got this video playing in the background. It's a whole lot of different things. Tell us about that. I ain't seen it on YouTube. I've been searching. I'm a Freddy ING fan. You didn't share it with me or nothing. Cold-blooded. I thought we were friends, man. I don't like you right now.
Y'all getting a sneak peek, actually a video that I'm going to release. You know what I'm saying? Probably like end of October. That's when it's coming. Off of the ING album. It's called Last Time, featuring Michael Manchester.
Okay. What's the so many things going down? I see you falling down and stumbling. What was the treatment like?
The treatment, like I came up with the treatment based off of the song. Pretty much, it was my birthday that day, by the way. So I really just wanted to turn up as if it was my last time turning up. In which, if you watch the video, when you do tune into the video, you'll see what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Because you get everybody who wants to. Everybody gets that one moment in life where, you get super fucked up one day, get turned up, and you be like, man, I'm not doing this shit ever again. It's going to be my last time doing this shit. And then the next day, you go back and do the same shit again. That's really
okay, DJ Quick.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's really what the feeling I was getting, for this video.
Yeah, I mean, you look at some people's career, and it seems like, getting fucked up really hurts their career. And then other people, getting fucked up kind of makes their career. Right. Where do you feel like, how do you feel about that? I'm not trying to ask you to, put your business out there, but at the end of the day, you open the door, where do you feel like you fall, kind of in that process?
I don't feel like that has to do with my craft. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I'm human, I indulge, you know what I'm saying? We all drink and smoke and whatnot. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I definitely indulge, you know what I'm saying, when it's time to indulge, but as far as my craft, it doesn't affect my craft, or I don't feel like I need that to, like make dope music.
And I think that's dope, because I've met a few artists where we were getting ready to prepare for the interview and they had to step outside and indulge, and they felt like it made them more confident, but really when you sit down on the camera, your eyes are super low and red, you're slurring your words and have no idea what I'm asking you.
Right.
How great of an interview is that? Because what are you really putting out there?
Well, I think for some people it's a nerve thing. So I feel like they do that to get comfortable.
Yeah, but practice gives you the same feeling.
True indeed. But how many people practice interviews? There's not a lot of people out there that do it. You got some people who are awkward in front of the camera. You know what I'm saying? So they'll do, like I said, like they'll take a moment, get their nerves ready, go out there, smoke, do whatever they do, drink, whatever, pop whatever they do. You know what I'm saying? And then they get back in front of the camera, and then it's like they're a whole new person. Yeah. But to each his own. You know what I'm saying? I can't say that works for me.
Okay, style. Let's talk style. When you're putting together the image for, your social media, when you're putting the image together for your shows, what goes into that?
Really fitting the theme of the music. When it comes to like shows, I want to make sure like the production is there, as far as like having live instruments there, really just giving an experience. You know what I'm saying? Like really giving a dope experience. So for me, it's just really whatever like I can cater to the music. As far as like the theme is concerned, that's what I do as far as the image.
Okay. As a producer, do you feel like you only want to work with a production that you do, or do you branch out and work with other producers?
I like branching out and working with other producers. I work with myself, but at the same time, I like composing, if that makes any sense. So like I start off a beat, whether it be a sample, drums, whatever instrument, whatever the case may be, and then I'll have like another producer who I know he's pretty dope on keys, or he's pretty dope at adding 808s, and I'll have them add on to it. And I just build from there, and then I just build along with like live instruments and stuff like that. So I like taking the Kanye approach sometimes, and really like starting off the beat and really just having others compose it as well.
Yeah, I think it makes for more creativity, because sometimes somebody else can bring something else out that you don't hear because you're so heavily immersed in what you started, you know, and it's always good to have a team, because you're not going to make it in this industry just by yourself, you know, so it's definitely important. Before we let you go, man, I mean, It's about that time where we love
Sway in the morning, huh? You about to make me rap like Sway, huh?
We're not gonna put on the beat for you, but we love to hear just a little bit of live. And I think what that does is it really shows our listeners and our viewers the confidence that you have as an artist, but also your ability to just jump from interviewing to performing on the spot, which only gives you, makes you more of a versatile artist, in my opinion.
Right.
That's some bullshit, But
I hear you, man. You know what I'm saying?
But we want to see you go one time. Inside the Beat, DJ Thruvo. We got our boy Freddy ING.
Yeah, DJ Thruvo, Killjoy XM, you know what I'm saying? We doing my Sway freestyle bars. But let me see. Just a good kid from Inglewood, California. Nappy-headed boy, blowing on marijuana. Coming from the land where niggas will run up on you, ask you where you from. Second later, you're gone up. Damn. My mama's still stressing. I'm starting to feel the pressure. Rap shit, I'm second guessing. My pop's still stressing and he tell me count my blessings. Next day I see my best friend laid on a stretcher. That's why I eat beats, call me Hannibal Lecter. Never die in vain, make my words resurrect them. Different mind state, you ain't even in my spectrum. That's why we reckless, walking around with protection. Was raised by the streets, cause we was feeling neglected. Emotionless, cause you could get killed over affection. Pray my music just spread like an infection and have my pockets fat like precious. Stressing. Got me out of my zone. Just want to change the world by listening to my songs. But now this got me thinking, where a nigga went wrong. Watching the awards as I'm sitting at home. Now damn, should I be there? Probably would've wrecked the cypher like ships caught in tsunamis. Model on my side with a real nice body. Perform on stage, whip off in a Bugatti. As for now, I'm broke. Right now, I'm riding shotty. Rolling with my niggas, but we kick it like karate. Car full of smoke, eyes low, Mr. Miyagi. Crenshaw already on with a fresh pair of Hirachis. I'm a real authentic. All you other niggas copies. Always been a G and they sweeter than teriyaki. If life is a bitch, she blow me like Kawasaki. Say that mind-blowing shit, brain working like kamikazes. You got me?
Man, now what y'all can't see is like Freddy got a little invisible thing in his ear and I'm texting him the bars and stuff like that. That's really me going in. That's why the text didn't go through. That's why he slipped up. Oh man, Inside the Beat, we having fun. Freddy, man, that was fabulous, man. That shit was dope. He came in.
I appreciate y'all for having me.
What's one thing that you want people to know just about you overall as an artist? If they're A&Rs that are watching, if they're promoters that are watching, what do you think is that it factor for you and why they should go with you as opposed to anybody else?
Because I feel like overall, I'm going to give you the best sound, I'm going to give you the most original, and I'm going to give you the most content, like subject matter wise. So check me out, you know what I'm saying? I've been making hits for a long time now, so go ahead and check me out. Freddy ING, you know what I'm saying, on SoundCloud, Spotify, Tidal, Apple Music. You can also check out the album I just dropped called ING, In the Name of God. And that's also on Spotify, Tidal, Apple Music, every streaming platform.
I thought this was my interview, but shit, Freddy just taking control. He going for his greatest. He been here before. Freddy ING, man, it's been a pleasure to have you on Inside the Beat. Anything that you do, that you're dropping, make sure you stop by, tag me on Instagram, tweet me. I don't really do the Facebook thing and stuff like that, or you can bang my line directly and we'll get you back in here at the Hawk's Nest. Yeah. Shout out to Noah, Band of the Hawk, for having us here at the Hawk's Nest and providing a nice platform for Inside the Beat. Yeah. And we out.
Killjoy XM, we out.